been having disconnection issues all day, weird decks all day. It's been a not great night overall. What am I cutting? Prelate, Crusaders. My cats are freaking out over there. I want Revokers because they have, like, equipment. Maybe Brightlings aren't that great. Maybe I, like, don't want the second one. Do I want the first one? Brightling's only good against Delver. I think Delver is, like, the least of our concerns here. Delver's typically not a card we're super scared of. I think I'm scared of him with the Stoneblade side more. She have, like, Athalia. And... Or maybe just these Recruiters. These Recruiters are pretty slow. They were pretty bad last game. Bring back this Thalia. Switch on the play. Be right back. This cat is doing some nonsense. Where did you go, cat? Alright, we're back at it. Would like to play first. This hand is fine, really bad against your name, but we'll keep it. Really good against the Delver side. Oh yeah, I forgot about these paths. Maybe I wasn't supposed to bring these paths. For that reason I stated earlier, that, like, Delver was the least of our concerns. I don't think I really want to run this out. My opponent is very evidenced to be a Daze deck. We'll hang on to this Stoneforge. What's up, Static? Just got back from forwarding my local D&T Associate right now. We've been getting pretty horrendously unlucky. We're still 2-2 down a game right now, but the two matches we lost were, like, not a lot of my decisions mattered. And we just got absolutely, like, crushed by our own deck as well as our opponents. And now we're closing out the night against, like, blue-white Delver Blade nonsense. I should have ported this in main too. Now they can float a white, and this mom gets plowed. Maybe they disenchant this vial. Oh, deal. Put this mom first. That resolves. Untap, take this up. We can kill this Containment Priest. We can also weaponize their Containment Priest with this Wisp, but... I think we'll play around, like, counter spells. Opponent has already proven they're on a really weird deck. Although, am I supposed to play around second Containment Priest by putting in the Stoneforge? Probably not. Just, like, slam True Name. We can go get Sword of Fire and Ice. Oh, that's a bummer. I doubt so. Yeah, I mean, I don't doubt anything at this point. This has been a weird night. We'll go grab Sword of Fire and Ice, I think I'm scared of, more than, like, Swords of Plowshares or whatever out of their deck. I think I want to be able to attack their True Names. Land. I think I do just Mom plus Aether Vial again. Reload on my... This just looks like Blue-White Stoneblade if we didn't just get, like, killed by a turn 1 Delver last game. probably gonna like land Supreme Verdict at this point. Which I thought on Cannon Priest versus D&T, I'm not particularly scared of it. I was talking to my Esper Blade about this when they're discussing a sideboard construction. I don't hate it. The less creatures you have, the better it is. Like in the D&T Mirror, I hate it because it activates their flicker, your opponent's Flicker Wisps, just turns them into like little Vindicates. Like if you're playing Maverick and you have it, like I don't know, does that deck play Cannon Priests? Like don't. But like so, when you're on stuff like Miracles or like this deck, if they didn't have Delvers, I don't know. Stoneforge, sure, why not? Then I don't hate it. The less creatures you have, the better it is. And it's the worse you are against opposing Aether Vials, the better it is too. Like that's why Miracles sometimes boards it in, because sometimes you want to like aggressively attack your opponent's Aether Vials. Wow, my opponent came prepped with the Manriki Usari. Since we have like Path to deal with this, or Revoker to deal with it. I think we're just gonna pass. If they like cast Manriki and then equip, we just have to wait a little bit before we get this sword online. If they don't, then we can like put in the sword, untap, get Revoker going, try to kill the Stoneforge Mystic. We can also just path. There's Stoneforge or something. Wasteland, that's a rude card to play right now. Man, because now I don't. And if I put in the sword now, they just like play and equip Manriki here. I can't really do that. I don't really want to path this either. Maybe I have to though. Yeah, maybe I do actually have to. So with no white mana, the sword isn't getting online anytime soon. I just need to I need to kill them. Days? They just have double days? I think I'm fine with that. I'm not really that scared of the Stoneforge, to be honest. You can make a 2/3. Or 2/4, whatever. But we have Flicker Wisp and Revoker to fight it. Don't know. No, they have a bunch of lands in hand that they just dazed back, so I don't want to Wasteland here, but I will port. Am I naming Manriki and planning on like flickering the Manriki off of the Stoneforge, or am I naming Stoneforge and planning on them like not having another creature? Sort of. I wouldn't put it in your sideboard with D&T's primary hate. But yeah, for Sneak. Yeah, definitely. It's good against other decks. It's good against like Elves, Reanimator, Sneak, whatever. And depending on the matchup, or depending on the deck that you're playing, I would board it in against Death of Taxes if you're like trying to really fight Aether Vial and that sort of thing. But it's not like, oh, I want to beat D&T, time to like board in like a bunch of Container Priests and stuff. I'm running 4 Rovers. I'm running 3 right now. I'm not sure if I want to be running 3, but seems it's been okay so far. I think I just want to name Manriki, mostly because I want to be able to use my own Stoneforge, assuming I ever draw a white source. This does not turn off the being able to activate the Manriki right now as it's equipped, because it gives the ability to the Stoneforge Mystic, but I think that's still how I want this right now. Flashing like Snapcaster Major. Nice. So we can Flicker Wisp off this Manriki. Maybe I should have left back. Or no, I don't really want to trade for the Stoneforge. Been enjoying 3 and prep for Richmond. Yeah, between 2 and 3 is definitely like I think the correct point on Revoker right now. Don't know what my opponent could be casting here. Another Stoneforge? A Disenchant? Alright. I guess I'm going to Flicker Wisp my Revoker now and name Umezawa's GT instead and hope that gets there. That seems like not the worst plan in the world. I mean, it's not a good plan, because this Revoker is incredibly flimsy. Just draw more Flicker Wisps. Or more things that I cannot cast. That works too. So they just have like Swords of Plowshares here. We die. Maybe an argument for porting the island, but even if like the port resolves, they still have enough mana to plow plus kill me. Let's be a white mana now, so we're not dead. They only get 1 trigger on this GTA, now we have white mana to kill their Stoneforge. I assume they kill my Flicker Wisp off. Let's draw some 3-drops, please. Yep. Last 2 cards are just like 4 spells blue card. Wow. Use last counter to gain 2 life? That seems like something they did not need to do. Hopefully we can just dodge them having a creature while we cast some Stoneforge Mystics. What is Legacy? Legacy is one of the older formats. Alright, yeah, immediately turned Nemesis. That's what I figured would happen realistically. It's one of the older formats in Magic the Gathering. You can play with any of the legal... All sets are legal, but there is a ban list, unlike Vintage, which is like the oldest. Where there's no ban list, there's just a restricted list. Flicker Wisp? Well, we're not dead yet. I don't think we're winning, though. That's my plan. Incorrect. I don't know, man. Wanted to answer your question legitimately. I didn't know if you want to know what Legacy was. But yes, it's also the best Magic the Gathering format, but I don't like to assert my opinion upon others. What is my plan here now? I can Flicker Wisp this GTA. Unfortunately, they also have Manriki, which is really hard for me to actually like win the game with at this point, or like beat. in Sword. I attack them for 4, 5, 6, 7. We can, like, chain Flicker Wisps. No, I'm not taking offense. So it's all good. No worries. I just want to make sure that if people come here asking questions that I answer them. I'd rather take a joke seriously than, like, brush off a serious question. You know what I mean? The answer is just pass. Put in the Sword of Fire and Ice. I don't know why I'm still looking at this banner key. It's literally in play. Dashboard. Oh, Geek V. Thanks for the follow. I appreciate it. Thanks for coming by. We're winding down our stream right now. We're getting our face kicked in here. And this is our last round for the night. But thank you for stopping by. I hope to see you more in the future. I'd be surprised if we manage to win this game. Yep, equip. They attack. We Flicker Wisp. And before, like, Stifle Flicker Wisp trigger. They did have Stifle in their deck. I swear to God, I'm like snap conceding when they stifle this. All right, not dead yet. Only mostly dead. Let's draw another Flicker Wisp, maybe? Is our plan now? Going to Richmond this weekend? Nah, way too far for me. I'm in St. Louis. No last card plow. I will be going to Eternal Weekend in November. Oh, they do have last card plow? This is like snap path. I'm over this game. I'm done. NorCal, oh yeah. That's not getting anywhere close to Richmond unless you're flying. Yeah, I'm done with this game. It has been a long stream. Not a particularly successful one. Played against a bunch of nonsense. Yeah, like might as well be another. It's easily places in Europe you could drive across like 3 countries and before and like you get halfway between NorCal and Richmond. I think I've actually played against blue-white Delver Blade nonsense before. It's probably somewhere on this list. Oh no, the last one was a Delver Mentor Blade nonsense. Just add it to the bottom. Delver Blade. They did just play out exactly like a blue-white Stoneblade deck there, though. Which is good, because we had all the tools to beat Delver Secrets in that game. But cannot win them all. We only won 1 against Grixis, and the second Grixis build was really weird, and I think we could have won game 2 had our draws like not been the stone cold worst. But anyway, we also never, ever, ever cast Ballista. We boarded it in against Grixis, and then we discarded it twice to like a Himdatrok and a K command, I think. Just never actually entered the battlefield this league, so I don't know. I didn't test it at all. Welcome to trying to test stuff. 2-0 to 2-3. Yeah. That's my life. That is my life, Orim. if you don't watch the channel that often, we get pretty absurdly unlucky sometimes. I don't know how much of this stream you're watching either, but that Grixis game was probably the most tilting. Lands, sometimes they nut draw you. Yeah, what can you do about it? Sometimes you roll a 6, don't find like more than 2 land, you get wastelanded and you die there. Like, that's fine. I will accept that, like, losing that lands matchup wasn't that great. And blue-white Delver Blade is just, blue-white Snowblade is not a good matchup, and they didn't draw Delvers, so it worked out. But that Grixis control game was, left a bad taste in my mouth. Literally just have Thalia plus Mom in play, draw 3 straight Thalias into another Aether Vial when they have Pithingale and Aether Vial. Just actual draw the other 3 Thalias as the top 3 cards in my deck. Anyway, that's gonna wrap up the stream. Let's find someone to host. I'll give my end of stream spiel and all that. Who's playing what? 3 people playing Legacy. Oh yeah, one of them's me. Not Nola Gold, playing still, and J-Bone. Legacy, Mono Red Prison. Is anyone playing anything else? Modern, perhaps? Yeah, no one's playing anything interesting. What was this guy down here? J-Bone 2016. Playing Mono Red Prison. But they got 6 viewers, 5 viewers, something like that. Anyway, we'll check them out. Thanks everybody for joining me tonight. If you enjoyed the content, you want to see more Death and Taxes stuff, we stream a bunch of Modern and Death and Taxes things here. So you can hit the follow button, subscribe, or donate. Follows are totally free, let you know when I'm going live, all that jazz. Subscriptions get you a sweet Thalia emote. And donations, I'd be more than happy to run a Death and Taxes list you want to see through a league. Just let me know beforehand. Other things you can do, subscribe on YouTube, follow me on Twitter. I always post my streams to YouTube after they're done. And I always post on Twitter when I'm going live and stuff. Live tweet out, like, paper event results when I go there and all that jazz. Thank you all for joining me today. Hope you had a good time, even though can't always run hot. Anyway, see you guys all tomorrow for the early long stream. And then see you guys all hopefully Sunday for the streaming of the Legacy Challenge. Bye-bye.